From WBBZ-TV Sports, it's time to beat the champ. Now, here are your hosts, Paul Peck and Sue Novoitsky.
From Byllye Lanes here in the heart of Bradford, Pennsylvania, it's Beat the Champ. Today we got a special show for you. My name is Rick Zurak, along with Hall of Famer Sue Novoitsky. Janelle Sabin here. She's going to have her work cut out for us because, again, we've got a different kind of show for you, different format. We're bringing in the kids. Tell us about that.
Right, so if this is an adult junior format, they did qualify to be here. They chose their partners, so they didn't get matched up, and it's an adult and a junior on each team. So no special relationship, just has to be an adult and a junior, and they're going to bowl one game of their scores combined.
So it's an elimination format. You got a team at the top playing the next team, and then they'll play another.
Right, and it will be step ladder. Let me mention, 4 is going to bowl 3, 3 is going to bowl 2, 2 is going to bowl 1. So our high qualifier will automatically be first or second.
For the championship game, okay. So if you don't understand it, we're going to have Janelle explain a little bit more, because it's a different format, different scoring. Tell us about that.
A little bit of a different format. They're going to receive a handicap, so whatever the difference of the two teams' handicap is, the higher difference will get that. I'll write that on the scoreboard, and that will be added to their first frame, so you'll have to pay attention and stick on your toes with me.
Okay, so we're bringing in the kids. You see a ton of kids behind me. There's a lot of junior bowlers out here, and it's fun to see, but now we're going to get a little serious in some team competition and see who can be the champ here on Beat the Champ. Let's get it going. And we have our first pairing of the day. That would be, on your left there was Chuck JAGODZINSKI, Hall of Famer, with his junior partner, Sydney SKIMMER. She's from Alden, sophomore at Alden High School. They'll be going against Brandon Michael, and Brandon's junior high at Jamestown High School. And his partner is Nick Boschert, and he's from Russell, Pennsylvania. First up will be Sydney SKIMMER.
Right, so we're going to see Sydney start the first frame, and we're going to see Brandon start the first frame for his team, and then the adults will bowl the second frame. So we're going to go every other frame, adult, junior, adult.
How about that form? Very nice.
That's a great shot.
I know. Sydney is sophomore at Alden High School, also plays softball. She's a first baseman. Very athletic looking girl, and that was a nice, she's been bowling for 10 years. She's 15 and she's been bowling for 10 years. So she's getting an early start in her bowling career. And you can tell by that form right there.
Right out of the gate. I mean, perfect shot, hits the pocket. And I'll tell you, as it gets later in the day, lanes get just a little bit tougher. So it's always a little bit tougher for the juniors to adjust. Look how good she throws it. Very impressive.
Yeah. Smooth as she covers the 5-pin, and a nice start for the SKIMMER and JAGODZINSKI. JAGODZINSKI. You know, I'm a good Polak. You think I can have that one down? I've already said his name about 30 times since I've been down here in beautiful Bradford, Pennsylvania.
Carrying Novoitsky around your whole life.
Yeah. What's that? Oh, yes, really. Yeah. The Nojo of the world, right here.
All right,
Here's the two-hander, man. That's Brandon Michael.
And left-handed. Double whammy.
You know what? I love the lefties. That's Brandon Michael from Jamestown High School. And here is his partner, Nick Boschert, who's from Russell, Pennsylvania, about 20 minutes outside of Jamestown. And he is a web developer, all 20 years of them. So he's gotten a head start, you know. Technology and youth go together these days.
Another two-hander.
Right-handed two-hander, so it's the double two-handers.
Wow.
And how about that results?
And they're both good. Those
Boom,
were right
boom.
on line. It's one of those things that boggle me, is I can't figure out how I would be twisted into a pretzel. I'd be in traction.
Here's the Hall of Famer, Chuck JAGODZINSKI, and he is leaving a 10-pin. So those two-handed guys, you know, I asked Brandon what was going on. He said he got it from Jason Belmonte, the Australian on the PBA Tour. He said, I just like him, and he liked the way he rolled it. So, you know, some people have developed that two-hander out of necessity. These guys are doing it out of preference.
Right. Now, Jason's done a lot to bring the youth back to bowling, because it's made it kind of interesting to try something new. So
he's the Tiger Woods of bowling, what used to be the Tiger Woods of golf, I guess.
Yeah, he really has sparked a whole new interest in a whole new genre with these two-handers. Right. And it's also brought back the resurgence of of urethane, which we saw how many guys use urethane today, or how many games actually urethane balls were used for, and that's really been brought back because of the rev rate of the two-handers.
Sydney Skimmer, and she's got 10.
Wow.
No skimming that one. She got them all.
Good for her.
And her and Chuck are on the board with that strike. So we go back to Brandon and Nick. Brandon's going to go first here. And high school bowler on the Jamestown High School team, averaging 195. Got his sister Kelly, brother Sean. Wanted to shout out to them. A little bit high with that one. He's got a 4-pin leave.
Yep, so now this is going to reflect his 18 pins, because Brandon and Nick got 40 pins in handicap. Sydney and Chuck got 22 pins handicap, which is going to give Brandon and Nick the extra 18. So we just took the difference, and that's plus 18. So it's going to reflect in their first frame.
How about this snazzy shirt on this guy, huh? Very sharp. Two-hander, and he's got it. Nice pickup.
Nice pickup, for sure.
Brandon Michael. B, as his dad is calling here in the back. His dad and Kim Michael in the back there. Tell him to be smooth. Guess what? There's more people liking that word smooth, you know. We've been saying it all day. As you look at Janelle there in our scoreboard, our cast-alone Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram scoreboard. She's got a little more work to do today because she's putting in the handicap. There's Nick Boschert. He's got a single pin lead. 279, his high game. 698.
Wow.
So these guys can do it.
It's hard to tell which of these guys is the older one and which one's the younger one. I picked wrong.
Well, let me tell you something. His junior partner already has a 300 and a 754.
Wow.
So, good looking shot here. And Nick Boshert's got himself a spare.
This feels like a good time to take a short break. We'll be right back with more action on Beat the Champ.
Instant replay on Beat the Champ is brought to you by Transit Lanes and Keglers. Join us for bowling, food, and drinks.
Welcome back to Beat the Champ. Let's get back to the action here on WBBZ-TV.
Well, it ain't over. That's for sure. You know, the two-handers are over here discussing their strategy. And, they're wondering if Sydney Skimmer in her striped skirt can get one. Almost.
Nice shot.
Leaves the 7. How old were you when you started bowling?
Well, I always bowled juniors. I started bowling the Travel Orange Crush League, which there's a Pepsi League, and at the time Pepsi was for boys and Orange Crush was for girls.
Yeah, cute.
So I was about 12 when I bowled in that, 12, 13 years old. But as far as taking it to that next level where you took it seriously, that didn't occur until I was in college and joined the Buffalo State team, thinking that I was bowling like in a club league for fun, and realized very quickly that they were very serious and that I'd better get my act together if I was going to stay there. So I practiced 100 games a week.
Whoa-wee.
I bowled nonstop.
Wow-wee.
Until I brought myself up to the next level.
Well, Sydney Skimmer rose to the level. Very nice pickup on that spare, and let's see what Brandon Michael can do.
I was definitely not that smooth at that age.
Well, these kids, I don't know they're bowling 100 games a week, but...
Well, in college, that almost became my job to do that. Since I really wanted, I was a college student, and I worked at the bowling alley, so it was easy to get the practice in. At the time, I worked at Suburban Lanes, which is now gone, but was a
Boulevard
tremendous
Mall.
bowling center, yes.
Yep, I bowled there. You know who I bowled there? I bowled against Cindy Coburn there.
Yeah.
I swear, the Hall of Fame great Cindy Coburn.
Yeah.
She was on Kenmore East, and I was on Amherst, and I beat her 147 to 144.
Oh!
That's my claim to fame in bowling. I beat Cindy Coburn. We were both the number 2 or 3 person in the lineup there, and I was matched up against her side by side.
So the teams were girls and boys?
No, yes, they were mixed. It was a mix. The boys and girls were mixed, Yeah, we had Wendy Natali. Hi, Wendy, if you're listening. She was on our Amherst team. But, yep, I beat Cindy Comer. Nice cover there.
Well, I can tell by the
Nick
terms
Boschert.
that you're using, and some things that are just rolling off your tongue that you've bowled before, because it's very natural for you to come here and just pick this right up.
Oh, man, Chuck's not going to be happy. He's got too many leaves here.
No, I think I'm going to pass this interview on to you. You don't mind.
Well, he's, yeah, and you know, he's been sitting here practicing and practicing.
Yep, he's been practicing for hours.
Right, and you know, we talked about it. This guy does not waste any time. He's up there and he gets it. Got the spare, so we got a 48-pin lead for Brandon and Nick. Brandon and Nick, excuse me.
Yeah, they've bowled so well, they didn't even need all that handicap.
Right. Well, they had the turkey there, and then they pick up the spare on that beautiful split in the 8th frame. So here's now Sydney Skimmer. She's in the 9th on the left-hand lane. See Janelle there's in our background keeping score, and look at that smooth shot, man. Love that. A little bit light. The ball's been pretty much staying there.
Yeah, I think that the only thing is she might be just missing her target a little bit down the lane. It's she's a little bit far to the right. I noticed that her shots that hit the pocket, she's hitting about the 10 board, and the ones that go a little bit right on her don't roll up. But she's kept herself out of trouble, and she's been really good on her spare. So I like what I see out of this young lady.
Yeah, she's got a nice future here. Just a sophomore.
Beautiful approach, like just
right.
Good timing, good follow through.
And the leave. Well, the two-handers are in control here as Brandon will step up here and pretty much end it on this shot.
Right. They'll be moving on to face the second qualifying team, which is DRAVEN and Tom, and they are grandfather and granddaughter.
Oh, I love that.
So that's that team that Brandon and Nick will come back and face in the next round.
Brandon, he goes almost Brooklyn there, but leaves a single pin lead. That'll throw 9 more up on the board, and they'll be at 199 in the 9th. Nope, 181 in the 8th. And he covers. Oh, you know what? We have, because of the handicap.
Right.
Yeah.
199. I mean, this match is over.
Right. 199. Okay. So Brandon Michael and Nick Boschert are moving on here at Byllye Lanes in Bradford, Pennsylvania. It's Boschert and Brandon from Bradford. And they're moving on, and we'll see their next match right after this.
I'm with Sydney Skimmer and Chuck JAGODZINSKI. So Sydney, it's first time on television.
Yeah.
Did you have fun?
Yes, I did.
Well, I really was impressed by how solid you are at the line. You have great fundamentals. Comes off your hand beautiful. I've never seen you bowl before, but I'm very, very impressed. And you're welcome. And you know, do you bowl for high school?
Yes, I do.
Where do you go?
Alden.
Alden High School. And I think you've got quite a future ahead of you. And you had a great partner here with Chuck. I mean, you ran into a couple two-handed buzzsaws over there. Nothing much you could do about that. But, man, nice bowling, young lady.
Thank you.
You got something for them?
I just want to echo what Sue said. You have a great game, and obviously you got a bright future. Stick with it. Yeah, you're welcome.
All right. So, star of the future right here. But we will come back and we will watch the next match right after this.
Welcome back, and here we go with match number 2. We have the Jagoda grandfather-daughter. That would be Tom Jagoda, DRAVEN Jagoda, who you're looking at right now, against our First match winners, Nick Boschert and Brandon Michael. And by the way, the final score there was 271 to 199. So a healthy win for Brandon and Nick Boschert. But here we go with Draven, D-R-A-V-E-N, pretty name, and beautiful form on her first shot. A little bit high and has a 2-pin lead.
Right, so Draven and Tom had 81 pins in handicap versus Brandon and Nick's 40 pins in handicap. So we're showing the difference. Draven and Tom are getting 41 pins. And that's a lot of pins.
That's a healthy lead right there.
She's averages 138, but she's got a
nice pair.
Really nice form, like you said.
Draven JAGODA, Springville. She's a student there. And the juniors, we talked about earlier, and there's nothing like junior bowling to get these kids going.
You have to love it because this is your proprietor. You look at it.
Yeah, we're gonna get the microphone going. We're talking about junior bowling.
You look at it as if this is your future.
And there is right out of the box, that would be
How many two-handers do you see in your program?
There's one kid that was probably our best junior bowler, and he didn't like his rev rate, so he went to two-handed. So I think there's probably 3 or 4 that do the two-hand.
Yeah, there's a lot of focus on rev rate now, and the two-handers really do generate it.
Nick Boschert, and he's got a strike. So, hey, they had a 271 with handicap in the first game, and here they come back with boom, boom, 2 strikes to start off match number 2. We're talking with Paul Geiger, who operates the Salamanca and the Byllye lanes here in Bradford. That's Paul and Jackie. And what warms your heart most about the junior bowlers? That they're going to continue to be adult bowlers and still bowl at your bowling center?
Absolutely, that too. But you just like to see them do well. That's the thing.
Strike there from Grandpa, if you will. Tom JAGODA.
I was talking with Draven during the qualifying, and she just said she worked really hard over the summer on her bowling, and you can tell, obviously.
She certainly doesn't have the form of what I would consider to be a 130 average bowler.
Correct.
Look at that release. That's great.
Yeah, tough lead there. She's taking lessons from Dave Guyton over at Jamestown Bowling Company.
Oh, okay.
And 138 average. She's a freshman at Springville, but she's expects to do much better this year. She got a 242 high game, 577 set, and her girls team won the division championship in high school. So going to get better this year if she gets better. Oh, nice try. That's Draven, and here come the two-handers, if you will. Brandon Michael from Jamestown High School. His dad, Kim, is here. Left-handed two-hander.
Yep, left-handed two-hander and a right-handed two-hander.
He's got plenty of revs on that ball, and he's got himself a strike. Brandon Michael looking good, and here is his partner.
Have you ever tried to throw two-handed?
I've tried, but failed miserably.
Sue said her back would fall out.
You have to take me in a stretcher to my chiropractor.
Well, we got 3 in a row here from the Killer Bees, if you will. Brandon and Boschert here in Bradford. You see the Castellone Automotive scoreboard for 4 in a row. And yes, sir.
Great shot.
Nick Boschert.
Wow.
And the Bees are rolling right now. They had to give 41 pins.
Right.
And how do you combat that? You start off with 4 in a row.
You bet, because they are now even. They are even by 3 frames. They're already back to even.
Here's Tom, Grandpa JAGODA. Tell you what, he had a lot of pride in his voice when he was talking about his granddaughter.
Oh.
He gets a tough break there.
Yep.
Leaving the 9-pin.
See a lot of 9-pins today.
Yep.
You know, Tom has Draven as his granddaughter, and he and his wife April have 5 grandchildren, 1 on the way, and his son Joe is the bowling coach at Frewsburg High School. So they're a bowling group, 3 generations. And here comes Draven. And they could use one here. Springville's very own Draven Jagoda. Nice ball here. And she lives
Nice shot.
2-pin leave.
Do you drill your own equipment, or who drills your equipment for you?
Actually, Mike Machuga does mine.
Mike Machuga.
Yeah.
Is he still around?
He's in Erie. Yeah. He does.
Wow.
He does a good job.
I actually bowled college with his sisters.
Nice. Nice cover there by Draven.
This looks like a good time to take a break. We'll be back with more Beat the Champ right after this. Welcome back to Beat the Champ.
Let's see what we got now. 85 in the 5th, 129 in the 5th.
It's still a tight match. They're only down 3 pins. Draven and Tom are down 3.
You know, it's interesting because you really have to look at the end line on the score sheet because, you know, straight up, it's huge. But when you get the handicap, which is the way it should be, yes.
Wow, great shot.
Draven. Yeah, made up those 3 pins quickly, or at least put herself in contention to make up those 3 pins. Let's see what the killer bees of Brandon and Bosher can do. Brandon, 195 average.
That's very impressive. And Nick's average is...
I believe it was the same, wasn't it?
I don't know, but that was a sweet shot there by Brandon. And Sister Kelly, Brother Sean, again copying that deal.
Same average. Oh, I gotcha. Well, that puts them up in the match now. That puts them up about 13, and now they both have strikes posted up in the 7th, but gives Brandon and Nick a little bit of a cushion.
And a little bit light there. Yeah, Nick didn't give us an average, so I say he's good.
Got that went into the oil a little
He's
bit.
averaging good. How's that? But, and also, as the granddaughter team, very much right there. They can come up with a double. Yes, he does. Nice cover, Nick Bosher. Okay.
All right, so it rolls back here. A double will actually tie this match back up again.
Okay. Tom Jagoda. Pride of Dunkirk. Thing 22. Good looking ball. And it is in there, baby.
There we go.
There's your double. There's your tie match. We got a tight one here, folks.
We do.
Can Draven make it 3 in a row for Team Jagoda? That pink ball on its way. Looks a little light, but she gets some pin action and she's got it.
Wow.
3 in a row for Team Jagoda.
They have just taken the lead.
Boy, down early, but Tom and Draven respond with the strike in 7th, 8th, and 9th frame. We're getting late here.
Well,
And here's Brandon Michael hoping to answer in the 9th frame.
well, Draven's done her job. She got up and she struck in the 7th and 9th, and now she's put it in the hands of her grandfather,
Right.
who averages 210.
Brandon got one. Okay. This match is heating up here late.
Yep, don't count these guys out.
Oh, Nick, I finished the 10th again.
Getting some coaching here, Nick Bosher. His mom, Diane, Grandpa, Sandy, on hand here. encouraging them. Nick Bosher trying to get his team a double.
shot here.
Keep this tight. And he's got it.
What a shot.
Hey, man.
That's a
Gotta
tough
love
shot
this
from
stuff.
that young man.
Yes, sir. 10th frame action as he got 2 more. That would really spice things up here late in the game. So, Nick Bosher, can you do it? You got 1. Let's see if you got 2 more. That'll really put the pressure on the Jagodas to see if they can finish out in style.
Well, as it stands right now, he's put them in a position to have to go 9 spare strike to tie. So he's
And another
beautiful.
one. Nick Bosher putting the heat on here. Again, they shot 271, was it, with handicap in the first game? So they are putting some pressure up here again. They got 235 and a chance to increase that quite a bit here. 2 strikes in the 10th.
Count is very big here. If he strikes in this shot, he's going to force Draven or Tom to double.
For 4 in a row to close it out, and he
Big
does
one.
it. Nick Bosher, nice going, buddy.
255.
Strike. With handicap, 295.
Well,
So-
actually, the handicap is going to Draven and Tom because of the difference in their scores.
Okay. Scoreboards.
I definitely see what you see, but
Yes, I'm looking
yeah.
up at the electronic
You are
scoreboard.
looking at the electronic scoreboard.
And the electronic scoreboard is not cooperating. Here's
strike
Tom.
here.
Oh, and he just misses.
110.
The
Great
bees
shot.
are looking good here, I
Great
believe.
shot.
Give me your count.
My count is the best Draven and Tom can do in this match is 245, which is going to make Brandon and Nick our winners.
Righto, so it's going to be 255 versus 245 at the most. So we're going to have a championship match coming up here. Let's watch one more throw from Tom Jagoda, trying to cover that 10-pin, but it's going to be a little too little, a little too late, as it's going to be the Killer Bees, Brandon and Bosher, moving on here in Bradford. They're going to have the championship match coming up right after this.
We had a close one here with Draven and her grandpa Tom. 255 to 244. You went in there and you did your job, striking in the 7th and 9th. That was pretty impressive. How did you feel being out there?
It was fun, but I mean, we obviously could have done better. And
Well, I don't. That's awesome that you say that, but with a 138 average, that is not the style of a 138 average bowler.
yeah, I improved a lot over the summer since my last average.
And that's awesome. Working hard, and that's what we want to see.
Got a brave future ahead. Stick with it, because that improvement will just keep jumping leaps and bounds. Congratulations.
That's right, and I'm sure we'll see you again next year, and you'll have to get less handicap because that average is going to go up on you. But really nice bowling, you guys, and we look forward to seeing you again, and we look forward to our title match here at Byllye Lanes.
Welcome back to Byllye Lanes in Bradford. You're looking at our championship match contestants. Our top qualifier, Tim Montouri and JAYLEE Koppenhaven, against these Killer Bee guys, Brandon Michael and Nick Bosher, who have come out here and they have made a statement. And there is the first shot of the match. That's from JAYLEE Koppenhaven. She's from Bradford, 8th grader from the Bradford area school, cross-country runner, averaging 145 on the bowling lanes, and beautiful shirt with her name on the back. It's pretty sharp. I tell you what, all these shirts all these guys have are pretty neat.
Yeah, the clothing has become really outstanding.
So nice try, but she'll come up 2 pins short. So an 8-pin count for JAYLEE to start the match, and now here comes Brandon Michael.
All right, so JAYLEE and Tim are getting 37 pins in handicap, so they will have
37?
37.
Okay.
So they will start the first frame with a 45 count,
Okay.
adding those 37 pins in right there at the first frame.
Brandon Michael with his Storm shirt on. A two-handed lefty, and he is crossing over and getting a break there. Gets it off the wall, and he's going to start off with a strike. So these guys have been really impressive. 271, these are with handicap, but 271, 255, and they've come out flying in this match.
Right, and keep in mind that 255, they were actually giving pins to the other team, so they actually shot that together.
Right. So, and this guy here, Nick Boschert, had a triple to end the game, and he gave him a nice closeout four-bagger to put a little exclamation mark on that match. A right-handed two-hander, and he's staying hot.
He has been really solid this whole match.
A 20-year-old. He is from Russell, Pennsylvania. And now, as you look at the scoreboard there, Janelle Saban on our Castellone Automotive scoreboard. Castellone Automotive out of Batavia. If you need a Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, I'm sure they can find you another brand too. But now here's a guy you know about, Tim Montouri. Man, this guy is a veteran and a very good bowler. You know, he's had plenty of 300s. If I'm reading this right, does that say 130? Is that possible?
It's
no, that's impossible. 15, how's that?
Okay, we'll take 15.
Yeah, I'm looking
I can sympathize with.
Yeah, it says JAYLEE put in. She had 130.
Yeah,
she's a little too young.
They filled that out wrong, but
she's a little too young to have 130.
That's all right.
She made her
We'll
lifetime.
figure it out.
It just won't happen right now. Anyway, there's the spare cover from Tim. He's from Bradford, and transportation coordinator for KOA, Spear, and a 9 count. She'll leave the 5-pin. Will JAYLEE. JAYLEE.
Yeah, JAYLEE wastes no time getting to the foul line.
Right.
She's like Chuck, just picks it up and goes.
Yep. Chuck JAGODZINSKI.
But she uses the whole approach, and that can sometimes be used to generate some ball speed because she's using her feet. She's a small
JAYLEE,
girl, so she's using her feet to generate that speed.
I know. So the Killer Bees here start off strike, and they've been pretty smoking.
Yeah, what can we say about these two? I mean, they've been right there the whole time.
And JAYLEE came back. She had an open in the first, so she comes back with a spare there in the third, so that was good. Brandon Michael fires it down there. It's closing, and he's got a 7-pin.
Great shot.
They got the family here. His dad, Kim. And on the other side, they have Sandy and Diane from the Boschert family. Hoping they can bring home the championship.
Well, these guys have put on a great show.
7-pin, covered.
Solid on the spares too, and it looked like he two-handed that. He didn't put his hand in that at all. Put his thumb in, rather.
Okay, so, you know, he's got, let's see here. He had a turkey, he opened up, and to finish the game, then he opened up with a strike here, and then he had a spare. So he does have 4 in a row. Going for a personal 5 in a row, Nick Boschert. He's been the hammer here in this duo.
He has. Solid as a rock.
And he's got another. Tough to stop a rolling train, man, let me tell you. He is on there. So Tim's been on the individual.
He has.
He's a 1-1. You know, he was there last year.
He was.
And very accomplished bowler, 227 average, took last year off, but 15 300s, and he said he just wanted to refresh, and he's back at it this year in a 3-man team here. Likes the quickness of the 3-man team versus the 5-man team. He's got himself a baby split on the right side.
He's finding these lanes a little broken down. I mean, we saw them all go through it. You know, urethane was pretty good all day, but it's really made the lanes a little bit funky. And to the right, and we know 22 to the right has actually hooked a little bit more all day if you miss to the right.
Baby spare, and he's got it. Nice pickup. Tim Montouri.
Well, they're still keeping it close. JAYLEE and Tim are up 13.
Yeah,
kind of using up their handicap a little bit.
JAYLEE, good looking ball, and a little bit light. She's going to have a 4-pin lead. Her partner there, Tim, he's a golfer. Pine Acres is the local, or I should say public golf course here in the area, and Penn Hills is the private course. But they got some pretty good golf here down in the southern tier and in northern Pennsylvania, and especially pretty with these mountains.
It is beautiful.
Nice looking shot here, but it doesn't. I thought it was going to break and take out those other 3 pins, and it doesn't. It hangs out.
Her ball doesn't have a lot of movement, so to get it up to the pocket, she's really almost got to do that with angles. She's got to go very direct to the pocket in order to hit it. So her ball doesn't really roll up. Very low performance. And that's going to really open the door for these guys.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, a couple here would really add to the championship possibilities, because you're looking at a couple of guys, they're feeling it. He's got a little swagger in his step
They do
there.
it. You know what? These are real competitors, these young men.
The action will continue on Beat the Champ in just a minute.
Instant replay on Beat the Champ is brought to you by Transit Lanes and Keglers. Join us for bowling, food, and drinks.
Welcome back to Beat the Champ.
Now, can JAYLEE get us a double for the team?
Yep, there she goes, right at the pins.
She's going to get an 8 count.
It's kind of hard, though. When you're pulling it, it's hard to control it. So
Right.
she's really got to throw it right at the head pin, and then, it's really hard to be accurate when you're doing that. But she's learning. She's
Yep.
got some...
Absolutely.
She's got a little ways to go.
Yep. All of 13 years old.
Yep.
Looking ahead of her time, if you ask me. Nice cover.
Nice
Really
cover.
Nice. Way to go, JAYLEE. Okay, with 3 in a row, here comes Brandon Michael. Can he make it 4 in a row and take serious control of this match? The 2-hand approach a la Jason Belmonte. And boom. Baby.
Wow.
Yes, I mean, that's all you can say is wow. These guys, they came to play. So Nick going for his 7th straight in this, from 3 again from last game and 4 from this. So they're really turning up the heat and trying to shut this one down early. In the 8th frame, they've got 4 in a row. They've got strikes in 6 of the 7 frames in this game. Oh, baby.
He put it right there, too.
He wanted it, man. That was a little 10-pin lead, but I tell you what, great run by those guys. Championship match here of the Adult Junior Championship. Byllye Lanes, Bradford, Pennsylvania. We're glad you're with us.
Get a chance to look at the some of the youth we have coming up, and I'll tell you, girls bowling looks very promising.
Yes.
Those girls threw it great.
Yeah, 2 young ladies we've seen here today. And, very nice, very impressive. I want to say hi to Wolf Tomback. Wolf, like the Wolf from Tonawanda, an avid viewer of this show. So Wolf, thanks for watching, and hope you'll continue to watch from Tonawanda as we're here in Bradford, Pennsylvania. So Tim, up on the lane now, hoping to get something going for this team. We're very late in the match. He's got his hands full, and he leaves the 10-pin. So tough leave. Where are we at here? It's 31-pin, 32-pin lead for the Bees. So
31 pins, yeah.
Yep, it's late in the match, so to speak. So, but anything can happen yet. You never know. You know what I hate? If you ever, this happened to you, I'm sure. You roll the ball, it goes off your ankle and in the gutter. I'm not wishing that upon anybody, but I just happen to have a flashback of my sore ankle, and as I'm saying, anything can happen. So.
No, that's not. Yeah, that's no fun.
Yeah, we don't see
it. Tends to
it's tough
leave a
with
mark.
It's tough with a 2-hander. It's tough to do that with a 2-hander. Here's JAYLEE. Koppenhaven with the mix, and she's going to leave a 3-pin lead. Late in the match, and I got to say that Paul and Jackie Geiger have been great hosts here. You see Janelle and her scorekeeping on the Castellone Automotive scoreboard.
It's quite an operation we have here, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been my pleasure to be here, to tell you the truth. It's been very fun. It's been about 25 years since I did the show, and coming back and doing it again, it's like, welcome back, Rick, like welcome back, Cotter, but it's been very fun, and you guys have been really good to me and the whole crew here, and working with my former Channel 7 buddies, and Rich Lee especially. He's a great guy. And, all right, yeah, just ask him. Here they go, Brandon Michael. And another strike. So Brandon Michael, Nick Boschert, they're on their way to the championship here of this adult junior championship at Byllye Lanes here in Bradford. And they did it 1, 2, 3. They didn't waste any time. They made mincemeat out of their competition. Didn't really leave it hanging in the balance very much. They just came out and bowled well.
Well, they were a great team, and they did it as a team. They were solid as a team. One right-handed, one left-handed.
Right.
Really, honestly, they didn't miss a beat. They were just great together.
And what do you know? And even when you don't have a perfect shot, they're getting the roll. So they really did it, and no doubt about it. So Nick Boschert had the turkey, and he ended up with, say, what, one. He had a spare last time out, but he had 1, 2, 3, 6, 7 in a row, and here he is in the 10th frame trying to close out the match with yet another triple.
Yep,
and,
that's a name to watch for in your future, because
right.
he's a very strong bowler.
Nick Boschert, 20 years old. Don't be surprised, there's another one. Don't be surprised if you see him on the individual beat the champ, because he's headed that way. So a very impressive effort by Nick Boschert and Brandon Michael, and they are the champions here of this adult junior championship here at Byllye Lanes in Bradford. We're going to talk with the two winners. We'll talk with the runner-up team as we watch them close it out right here. Nick Boschert, has he got one more? Why not?
Great job.
Brandon and Boschert are the winners here. We'll be back to wrap up the show and talk with the winners after this. Welcome back to Byllye Lanes here in Bradford, Pennsylvania. Beat the Champ was the show, and we have some champions to crown here. It was the final score of 258 to 198. The 198s are the couple right here in front of me, JAYLEE and Tim. These guys you lost to, no hanging your head. They were pretty tough.
I told JAYLEE, I said, even if we would have bowled a little bit better, we were still going to get beat. So they bowled awesome.
And JAYLEE, did you have some fun here today?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think you're going to bowl better in the future?
Hopefully, yeah.
Oh, come on. You know you are. I said you have beautiful form. Nice job today. And I think Mr. Geiger is going to hand you something that might make you smile even more.
There you go, JAYLEE. Congratulations. Great bowling, okay? You guys were the #1 seed, so you did something right? That's right. Congratulations.
That's right. #1 seed in the qualifier, and then there was the #4 seed, and they bowled their brains out, folks. Right over there, the Killer Bees.
Yeah, 4th to 1st. No looking back. Great job. I don't even know what to say. Two-handers, one right-hander, one going right side, one left side, and you bowled terrific as a team. Had each other's back. Was it fun out there?
Oh yeah, it was, definitely.
Did you practice together a lot?
Yeah, we used to bowl in a league together when he was a little bit younger, but.
Well, you guys look like you bowl together every day. I mean, great job out there, and Paul's got something for you.
Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Great bowling. Thanks for coming down. Your dad was telling me a story about you broke the couch, throwing the ball against the couch, trying to be a two-hander, huh? Well, it's paid off, so that's a good thing. Keep it going. Congratulations. Yep.
Yeah, great job, guys.
So it was the Killer Bees in Bradford. So there's a lot of bees going on there with Brandon, Boschert, and Bradford. But they got it done in fine fashion. We'll be back to wrap up the show here on Beat the Champ right after this. Welcome back to Beat the Champ. I tell you what, that was a great show there. It was a great showing by those bees here in Bradford, but just a nice way to end a great stay here at Byllye Lanes.
I know, we had some really high scores that really carried through the fourth show. And I think that everything was super entertaining, and I hope that you had fun doing it.
Oh, I tell you what, yeah, I want to thank Paul Peck for not being here so I could be here, because I really did enjoy it, and then hope I didn't stumble too much or whatever, but I had a great time. And we saw some, we saw the brother match. We saw Mosier come on and win the championship there as the last individual show, and then this adult junior thing, pretty fun and pretty, I don't know, just great bowling.
Yeah, we have a good time doing this, and we're off to Rapids Bowling Center for 2 months after this. So we'll be out there with ladies shows, and Sean will have to make the 3-hour trek over to Niagara Falls to keep his championship title going.
Well, speaking of ladies, you get to go a little closer to home, being from the Niagara Wheatfield area. It'll be right down the street for you.
That's my hometown for me. So we'll see everybody in Rapids for the next 8 weeks.
Yeah, really, exactly. Very good. Well, my name is Rick Zurek, and it's been my pleasure to work with these two fine ladies. And we hope you enjoyed Beat the Champ, and check it out, YouTube. If you haven't noticed that this show you can watch at any time on YouTube, the WBBZ app. And without further ado, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching Beat the Champ.